Jai Shrimad Narayan. Jai Shrimad Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Shrimad Swami Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. I also welcome Lord Sri Krishna and all the cosmic administrators that took part in the Mahabharata, from which the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And today we're still on chapter 1, verse 1, and I'm going to ask Avir to have that verse played in its original form.
Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Prathamodhyayah Arjuna Vishada Yogaha Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Okay. So the very first verse of the Bhagavad Gita is sung by a demonic king, Dhritarashtra, who was blind. Any messages for you? Very first verse of the manual for humankind. Very first verse of the manual for humankind was sung by a demonic king. Any messages? Are you feeling familiar? Are you feeling at home? Are you connecting? Are you understanding? I'm doing this explanation of the Bhagavad Gita not only for you to understand, but for you to become aware of yourself. Both yourselves. In each one of you, chapter 16 is constituted, calibrated, and computed. Every one of you is a divine human being. And every one of you is equally a demonic human being. Trisha is not happy, but unfortunately Guru is speaking the absolute truth. Inside you, you are a technology. You are, this body of that we are wearing is a technology. Inside this body, computed, calibrated, and constituted are your demonic nature and your divine nature. It's there. It is set. It is there before you entered that body. And it was you who's going to use portions of the demonic nature and portions of your divine nature as you wrote and computed your body in your past life. Are you understanding? So the senses are there. The sensor for anger is there. The proportion of anger that you're going to use was created by you in your previous life. Anger is already there. Hatred is already there. Love is already there. Happiness is already there. It is calibrated in your body to be used proportionally as per your karma in your previous life. You understand?
Yes.
All of you understand? So this is what you are using. And this is Kali Yuga. And it is stated that in Kali Yuga, both the demonic nature and divine nature will live in one person. Demonic nature, divine nature will live in one person. Alright, satisfied? This answers your lifelong question sufficiently and comprehensively. Jay answers your question sufficiently, and now you don't blame anyone else, because the woman you are with is your karma. The woman you are with is your karma. No mistakes. If you bust open a molecule, what you'll find inside? Atoms. And if you bust open an atom, what you'll find inside? Electrons, photons and protons and neutrons. Never a mistake. And your wife is your molecule. Norman, no mistake. Even for you. Absolutely no mistake. Rani is your molecule. You begged for Rani in a past life. You begged for Rani in a past life. You must have saw some activity on social media about Lucky Singh. Lucky Singh is here by design, no mistake. Absolutely no mistake. Lucky Singh will be a disciple as a bird. Mango is a disciple as a bird. You understand? No mistakes. Absolutely no mistakes. And you will have a lot of peace when you understand that your partners are karma-based, not mistake-based. You all own each other. Rani, you begged for Norman in your previous life. Alright, it's not only about the wife, it's husband and wife that lived a certain life in a previous life, get connected in this life to pay off both your good deeds and your bad deeds. Sean, your wife is looking at me like I'm making a mistake. You're supposed to be the husband. Alright? You're there by karma, Sean. Okay. Alright. See, baby was here when she was in the womb. And she understands ashram after she has been born. Okay? Nothing is a mistake. Absolutely nothing is a mistake. And the Bhagavad Gita is the solution to how to reconstitute. How to reconstitute your karmic computation. Bhagavad Gita is here to reconstitute your karmic computation. And only a guru, a bona fide spiritual master, can recompute your karmic computation. It is there, you cannot change it. It is there, it's computed in you, it cannot be changed. If you go to prison for murder and you have to serve 20 years in prison, if you bribe the warders, You get a good life, you may get a cell phone, you get some Kentucky Fried Chicken from your family. I heard alcohol and drugs go to prison as well. But are you still in prison? Does it change your nature of being in prison? Similarly, when you follow religion, do you get a brief happiness? When you follow religion, when you follow ritual, you get a brief happiness? Yes, because you bribing the deity of your religion, like how you bribe the water, you only get a brief sense of freedom. You are not released from prison. Are you released from prison? If you go to mosque, if you go to church, if you go to synagogue, if you go to temples, I'm putting it in one category. You are bribing the cosmic administrators. And as you are bribing the cosmic administrators, you get in some freedom. You're not in solitary confinement, yes? But are you still in prison? Yes. You need a parole officer to come in prison, check your behavior and remove you. Yes or no? Yes. Just like that, you need a guru in your life to come in, check your karmas, see how you're doing and take you out of the prison of this life which is hijacked. I think I'd rather go. So I stated earlier that the Bhagavad Gita, the 700 verses work together. It works together. So although we are on chapter 1, verse 1, I think I need to bring another verse in when I said all of y'all are in prison. Vasan is looking around, he got a Lexus, which prisoner can move in a Lexus? He's going for a holiday to Mauritius, which prisoner can go to Mauritius? He's looking around. So I need to show him how he's in prison, wherever he is, with his Lexus and Mauritius. Chapter 16, verse 21. Chapter 16, verse 21. Desire, wrath and greed. This is the triple gateway to Naraka. In Sanskrit, Naraka means hell. Ruinous to the self. Ruinous to the self. Who is the self? The soul. The soul. Ruinous to the soul can never be ruined, yes? But the body that which the soul is inhabiting, ruinous to the body of the soul in this current era, as I'm talking today. Therefore, one should abandon this thing. One should abandon this thing. So are you in prison with your desires? Are you in prison? Is your desires keeping you in prison? When your desire keeps you in prison, you get angry when you want what you want and you do not get it. Does it make you angry? Yes. And when you get angry, when you can't get, or when you get, are you greedy? Is there any millionaire, anyone that wanted to be a millionaire person, when he got his first million, he stopped and said, no, I wanted to be a millionaire. I got my 1 million. Thank you, God. I don't want any more. Wasn't? Once you get your first million, then? No, it don't go in 2 million. It goes 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Wasn't? 1 million? 10 million? 100 million. Do you understand? Are you imprisoned? Is the millions imprisoning you? Is the millions imprisoning you?
Yes.
So you need a guru to come and take you out of this prison. Only a bona fide spiritual master can take you out of this prison. Religion keeps you in this prison. All religions keep you in this prison. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is why this is not a religious text. It's a text for humanity. This text is for humanity. Any religion, if you can belong to any religion, do you still suffer desire?
Yes.
Do you still suffer wrath?
Yes.
Do you still suffer greed?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to bring this part in. Can you see how big verse 1, chapter 1 is? Hasn't been done like this at any time in the world. This is the first time at Sri Narayan done. Because I have to tie in when Dhritarashtra asked a question. What was the question? Let me read that question to you. And I have to answer this truthfully and faithfully. And if I have to answer this truthfully and faithfully, it will take me 1 year, Monday to Friday. If you go home Saturday and Sunday and come back here Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, and have tea break 15 minutes, lunch break half an hour, and tea break 15 minutes again, an entire year to explain this topic properly, like how God wants you to understand it. And the greatest problem in the universe today is people are not using the Bhagavad Gita. If the Bhagavad Gita was used, there will never be an Israeli-Palestine war. Why? How old are Israel? How old are Israelis? How old is Judaism? 4,000 years. How old? 4,000 years. How old is Islam? 1,500. Before Islam was invented, who owned the land? Who? 2,500 years before Islam, Jews owned the land. Yes or no? Logic. Now you're going into history. Go into history, Google, see that land there. Look at Gaza, all that was owned by the Jews. Who the title deed belong to? Who's the title deed holder of that land? Israel and Jerusalem and Palestine. Who owns the title deed? Like South Africa. Who was in South Africa first? Who came and took over South Africa? Who? Then who was South Africa given back to? But people got it wrong. But if they were practicing the Bhagavad Gita, if you take the Bhagavad Gita and give it to the two leaders and ask them live according to the principles of the Bhagavad Gita, will there be a war? Ukraine, Russia, will there be a war? Do you understand? So this is why I'm saying the Bhagavad Gita is the manual for humankind. The greatest chaos in this world is caused by religion. Yes or no?
Yes.
People died and continue to die in the name of religion. 2 days ago, a Hindu was burnt alive on social media in Bangladesh by Muslims. Yes or no? Have you all seen it? He was burnt alive because he was a Hindu. Religion killed that man. Religion, and originally who does Bangladesh belong to? India and Hindu. Sensitive, but we have to discuss it. Sensitive, but we have to discuss it. You understand? Just now ISIS might put a hit on me because at this point in time, but there's also parts of Islam which is righteous and justice. There is also parts of so-called Hinduism, not Bhagavad Gita Hinduism, so-called Hinduism, so-called Judaism, but it is my duty to bring you to the absolute truth because people don't want to do that. Remember, I led the march for Palestine. Yes or no?
Yes.
So Guru lives in various contexts. You don't paint the whole picture with one brush. In one corner, Guru will be with you. In the next corner, Guru will be booting the hell out of you. Yes? You think that's a righteous Guru? Because Guru must only be for righteousness. Guru must not appease anyone. Do you understand? So can you see chapter 1, verse 1? The dilemma that's happening in the world because God's manual is not being followed. Do you understand? So just to, whilst I'm here, I just want to clarify. You can Google, my researchers are back in the back there. In Arabic, what will a Jew call God? In Arabic, what will a Jew call God? In Christianity, what will a Jew call God? In Christianity, what will an Arabic Christian call God? Allah. In all three religions, the name of God will be Allah in Arabic. Do you understand? So the world is confused in God's name as per the language. World is confused in God's name as per the language. If a person is speaking in Arabic in a synagogue, who will he be worshipping loudly? Who? Yes, his language God is Allah. In Arabic, God is Allah. Do you understand? In Arabic, Lord Jesus Christ is Allah. And in Islam, God is Allah in the language of Arabic. Now, Malin is happy I'm saying that. I don't know why he's smiling there. Malin, I think I removed one doubt from Malin's mind. Alright? So for the purposes of our discourse, we will name our God Creator God. Is the Creator God the same God in Islam? Is Creator God same God in Judaism? Is Creator God same God in Zoroastrianism? Is Creator God same God in Hinduism? All of you understanding? So we need to remove this misunderstanding of my God is better than your God or God, Creator God. Then I'm going to show you through research. I'm going to show you through research that all religions emanated from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to show you through research that all religions emanated from the Bhagavad Gita, and the Bhagavad Gita is the spiritual fertile ground for the birth of religion. Bhagavad Gita is the spiritual fertile ground from which religion takes its birth and from which religion dies. If a religion took his birth, guaranteed that religion is going to die. Because the job of religion is to pick you up from ignorance and place you in God's lap. If a religion has done that, is there any more need for religion? Very sensitive. Sensitive? But is it the truth?
Yes.
Every guru, every religion teaches you and points to a creator God. That is the job of religion. Job of spirituality is it teaches you how to live internally. And every religion that's teaching you how to live internally is from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to prove it as we move along in my explanation of the Bhagavad Gita, okay? But at this point, I also want to recognize Norman Woodley. Hey, daughter-in-law is smiling, Norman. Tanya, this whole war started my father-in-law, you see now? My father-in-law. That's what Dhritarashtra asked. What's happening to my sons on the Kurukshetra field, alright? All of you understand? So I want to recognize Norman Woodley for the service that he is doing to humanity in terms of drug and alcohol abuse. Drug and alcohol is the same thing. Drugs is hardcore drugs, alcohol is liquid drugs. Both are the same. And my two children led me to Norman. I think I first contacted Norman 4 years ago. My two children are cosmic, have been calibrated cosmically to lead the Bhagavad Gita into this direction. To lead the Bhagavad Gita in this direction. Okay, this is why I said, Norman, I promised you when I started the discourse that you not here because I was eating buttercup at Blue Lagoon and you were waiting for Ram. Ram, you see, you're part of the deal. If he wasn't waiting for you there, we wouldn't have met. Wasn't tell the buttercup, Rani, thank you very much. They sell Bhagavad Gita there. Alright? So, Norman is doing exceptional work in drug and alcohol rehabilitation. He's a very spiritual man. If you attune to what I'm saying, you can stand next to him and you can feel his energy. You can feel his energy. His son is blushing in the back. Okay? His son always thought his father was unrighteous, and that was unrighteous energy. Like my two sons, they always thought I was wrong, Norman, in this whole life. But in this type of setting, the Bhagavad Gita comes and rescues the truth. Bhagavad Gita is only about the absolute truth. So I'm introducing Norman because he belongs to an organization called Narcotics Anonymous. And in the Narcotics Anonymous, and I'm happy Yosh is there. Where's he? He went out for a while. Okay, I was waiting for more members, but I need to get this into verse 1, chapter 1. So, I want to read chapter 16, verse 21 again. Desire, wrath, and greed. This is the triple gateway to Naraka, ruinous to the self. Therefore, one should abandon these three. So, in chapter 16, Lord Sri Krishna points out demonic nature and divine nature. He points it out. Chapter 16, verse 1, 2, 3, he points out divine nature, and from chapter 4, he points out demonic nature. But hear what he said, hear me again. Desire, wrath, and greed. This is the triple gateway to hell, ruinous to the self, full stop. Therefore, one should abandon these three. What is he saying, Ramanuj? Is he pointing out the defects or is he instructing you? In this, he's saying desire, wrath, and greed. These three computations within your body will lead you to hell. Then he's saying, abandon these. So yeah, this is the building block of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous. It starts here. It starts in chapter 16, verse 21, and the first word is desire. First word is desire. When the mind desires alcohol or drugs, I want to keep it there because I was not involved in gambling. I don't have any expertise in gambling. Shamita, maybe you can refer me to a gambling consultant. I'll just keep myself true. So I am an Acharya. Acharya means that I can only teach you through my personal examples. I must practically be involved in whatever I teach you. Okay? So very quickly, I once took a Mandrax tablet by my two uncles. I was forced by them. I was wearing my police uniform with a Beretta 15 shooter at my side. I was in Dana, that road up before we turn to the first road. No, top. As soon as you hit David Lando, you take the first left. You are the second left if you're going from the ashram. The first one? Yeah, okay. So one of my mamas was staying there and there were a lot of Clintonians there and I went to visit. Alright? And he said, well, mama is mother's brother. Although I was a policeman, they still got authority and they were Mandrax smokers. They were builders. Their one finger was all my fingers like this. And I used to shiver for them, although I was a policeman. We had a protocol and a respect and an understanding. So they were with their friends there. They said, hey, policeman, pull this pipe. I said, give me the cream. I knew the lingo, but I never was involved. So I took the pipe and I saw all these gangsters. Some of them I must have whacked along the way. Yeah, in Asoka Hotel. I gave all Clintonian gangsters a lot of hiding in Asoka Hotel. Right? You should throw them in the swimming pool. So I had to show them something. The Vaska is looking at the guru like this. Hey, I'm in the right ashram. Huh? What kind guru pulls the cream? Huh? So I pulled the cream, and as I was looking at the gangsters, I want to show them how deep I can pull. Because I should always admire these drug addicts. My brother was a Mandrax smoker, and I was a taxi owner. He'll tell me, buy me one Mandrax and every part of your taxi, even this M19 car wash, nothing. When my brother had a Mandrax and he wiped the taxi, even inside all the aircon pipings underneath the dash will be shining with Mr. No. Alright? So I should always admire how they pull it so deep in and after a long while they blow out. And it keeps blowing. That is why you block in the face. Alright? In full uniform, that is. So as I'm looking at these people, I breathed in the Mandrax. I took a deep pull and I wanted to show them how strong I was in pulling. How strong I was in pulling. Alright? And I pulled and I pulled and I pulled and I exhaled. And that was the last of me, Norman. I told my hand to move, hand never moved. I told my leg to move, leg never moved. I'm looking at my uncles, I want to talk to them and tell them, hey, I want my body parts to move, they're not moving, mouth is not open. Josh, you've been through that experience? Mouth is not opening. I remember them carrying me, and I was standing next to a drum, a big oil drum. I was holding the drum, and that's all I know. Then I was carried, put into the vehicle, and taken home. All right, and then you all know I'm a sharpo. What I said, I'll never do this ever again. And that's how I didn't finish off in the drug section. But I continued in the liquid drug. So, alright? So I need you need to understand the Guru is, when he is explaining, when I'm talking about Narcotics Anonymous, when I'm talking about Alcoholics Anonymous, we're not looking down upon anyone because the Guru himself was there. The Guru himself experienced. Job of a Guru, bona fide spiritual master, is to experience the university of life and then come back and teach humanity so we can save and help humanity to reach and come out of this. So both Alcohol Anonymous and NA, they have a policy where you must not go out and advertise, because they are anonymous. But me as a Guru from the outside, I can see this entire society is destroyed. How many percent of children are not involved in drugs today? In our society, I don't want to go too far, right here in Reservoir Hills. Yeah, in Reservoir Hills. So if we do not bring that in, then I'm not doing justice to the Bhagavad Gita, because the Lord is already instructing. He's not saying alcoholics and drug addicts are demonic people. Because in the same chapter, Raman, I want you to understand very carefully, in the same chapter, he described a demonic person, he described a divine person. But in the same chapter, that means the story is running coherently. In the same chapter, in verse 21, he says, desire, wrath, and greed. And he asks you to abandon this. That means God is on your side. God is for the addict. It's been said, I've done over 300-400 meetings. In all these meetings, it is a conclusion that God is for the addict. They never knew it, and I couldn't get up and stand there. I got no time to talk. Only in gratitude meetings I just kept it in, 2 sentences. But I'm not, which is a protocol, which is right, because you have to be disciplined in all of this. So the desire for drugs and alcohol creates, the desire is physical, it creates an obsession in the mind. The obsession in the mind wants more, and desire can never be satisfied. No human has satisfied desire in this. You can't satisfy desire. You can only forego desire. You have to leave desire. You can't satisfy it. If you love ice cream, there'll never be a day you will say, Trisha, I'm satisfied with ice cream. Yes? The next week Sunday you'll want another. So desire cannot be satisfied. Just put this in your head. Desire cannot be satisfied. So God takes the Bhagavad Gita and he creates a laboratory. He creates a laboratory, and that laboratory around the world is called Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous. He makes you take these drugs, and then he shows you when you leave it, what happens to your life. And we got living examples, I think, for the past 50 years, Norman?
65 years in our fellowship.
65 years ago. Do you know about Bill and Bob? You have some, yeah, okay. Is it true that the entire program in the AA initially was revealed? Is it true? Are you confirming? That it was revealed to the authors of Alcoholics Anonymous in 45 minutes.
It was inspired by God.
Inspired by God.
Dedicated to man. Man put his experience, offered it back to God. God gave it back to man like a prasad.
Okay, all of you all heard? Okay, transcriber lives with you. If you didn't pick it up, you can tell him at home, alright? In between, while he's playing with Lucky and Tanya. Okay, you heard this profound message. God gave it to man. Man realized it and presented it to God again through his realization, which is now the NA text. Now the entire NA text, yours, entire NA text is here. I'm going to bring it out. Nobody ever took chapter 16 verse 21 and said this is the foundation of alcohols and drugs, ever. Alright? We're doing it for the very first time here. From here throughout the Bhagavad Gita, whichever verse will contextualize, the entire NA text is inside the Bhagavad Gita. The entire Alcoholics Anonymous text is inside the Bhagavad Gita. And the Bhagavad Gita, there's a law to read the Bhagavad Gita. There is a law. You just can't read and understand the Bhagavad Gita when you read supplementary. If I'm bringing in the NA, then I have to use the law that allows me. So, what's making a noise? Guaranteed you are the alcoholic or the drug addict in a previous life. Take him for a walk. Okay, getting back. The law states that if there's any scripture that fits in with the Vedas, we must accept it as authentic and bona fide. Any scripture that fits in with the Vedas, we must take it as authentic and bona fide. Similarly, if we read the Quran and whatever is in the Quran is in the Bhagavad Gita, those verses we accept as authentic and bona fide. If you read the Bible, all the verses in the Bible that's also found in the Bhagavad Gita, you take it as authentic and bona fide, and similar to any scripture that's out there. That is the law, and I'm using that law and I'm bringing in the text of the Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. But we're not interfering with what they're doing on their side. They are an independent body and they continue to do what they do on that side. And to confirm that, I take drug addicts and alcoholics to the NA. So I don't want to make any mistakes here, but if you read my miracles, I can cure any disease in the world, including alcoholism and drug addiction. These two are smaller than diseases that I cured at this ashram. But because it is spiritual and because an institution is there, then I'm not confusing these two spiritualities. If somebody is a drug addict, you must go to the NA. If somebody is an alcoholic, you must go to the AA. Alright, I can give you a glass of water, you'll never drink again, you'll never smoke again, you'll never drug again. Guaranteed. But I am breaking protocol because it all starts here, chapter 16, verse 21. So best displayed the war of Kurukshetra. This is why I brought in the NA. Best displayed Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is a physical field. If you go there and dig the sand today, you'll find the sand red. The sand is red because of the liters of blood that was spilled on that field today. Alright? Can it help you? Can the physical war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, can it help you directly? Can you use it as a manual? Trisha, can you use that war? Has it got any direct physical significance to you? If I send you to go and dig and see the sand is red, you can say yes, Kurukshetra did happen, Mahabharata did happen, but can I help you? Can I transform you? No. So there is two Kuruksetras. One, that which happened physically, and the other Kuruksetra is your mind. Other Kuruksetra is your mind. The 5 Pandavas are in your mind. The 5 righteous principles is in your mind, and the 101. Sorry ladies, there were 100 sons and 1 daughter. 100 sons and 1 daughter. And this was done 5,000 years ago. Alright? These were test tube children. These were, can you see when the science of test tube began? Science of test tube began 5,000 years ago. These pieces of the embryo were put in 101 jars with a special herbal chemical formulated by Veda Vyas, and these children were born, these 101 children. They also represent in your mind 101 vices. And I heard the stories best when I started going to the meetings where every addict say, hey, there's a war in my head. Norman, yes or no? Huh? There's a committee. They say there's a committee in my head. Some people say I had a bad day. Nothing happened. Nobody robbed them. Nobody stole them. They had a bad day because there was a conversation with the 100 sons and 1 daughter of Dhritarashtra in their head. But they are in recovery because they have surrendered to the Pandavas. Truth, honesty, willingness, and open-mindedness, willingness, and honesty. See, these are the Pandava brothers. These 5 brothers on this side represents open-mindedness, willingness, and honesty. Yes.
Honestly, open-minded.
How? Alright? Can you see it? Now this is a laboratory where this teaching is being proven on a daily basis. Every day you prove that the 101 children of Dhritarashtra is inside your head, and the 5 children of the Pandavas are inside your head if you follow the righteous principles. If you follow the righteous principles, you will be spiritual. So I want you to understand it like this, how to be spiritual, and there are laboratories around the world who's proving what Lord Krishna says in chapter 21, desire, wrath and greed. This is the triple gateway to hell, ruinous to the self. Therefore, one should abandon these three. When you abandon these three, Norman, what you do? What happens to you? As soon as you abandon it, you become spiritual. Every drug or alcoholic addict in recovery today is more spiritual than the 8.6 billion people on earth. Because for them, just in one day to be in recovery, they have to internally practice the virtues. Internally practice the virtues. And this is why I do my birthday. Because there is no cleaner place than a meeting of the NA or the AA in this world. There is no cleaner place than a meeting, because inside in this ashram, have you all cured your jealousy? Have you all cured your anger? Have you all cured your envy? You all in this ashram. This ashram has its dharma setra. The ashram has its spiritual potency. All of you all know. Yes? Ashram, it belongs to the Guru and the ashram. You come here with anger, hatred, Satish never give the spoon on time, Jessica had a big tune over the food just now, came here angry. But Jessica, if you was a drug addict, you wouldn't have been angry for this spoon. I'm just saying, I want you to understand with love. A drug addict have to be clean in every aspect of spirituality, every minute of the day. Because in that minute, a drug addict loses his divinity, he relapses. Is that the truth, Norman?
Yeah, it becomes we use to cover the feeling. So you're angry and the feeling is too much. So to cover the feeling, you have to numb it.
Yes. So, Norman is bringing another big point. We need to take this to universities. I approached UKZN and I told them I'm going to bring NA into spirituality, and they were amazed. They thought something wrong with this guru. But Norman, I did go to King George, all right? Maybe they're right. I was there. I was diagnosed schizophrenic. They gave me 50 milligrams of tablets. They invited psychiatrists from, that time it wasn't UKZN, KwaZulu-Natal Medical College, you remember? Now the UKZN. If you wanted to study medicine, Vashka is enjoying this. When she fights a guru, she knows what to put on Facebook. Alright, but Guru is saying it himself. So they diagnosed me schizophrenic. I was there for two weeks, and then I was telling them stories about myself, how this country should be run. I was telling them Minister of Police should come from the police force, Minister of Defense should come from the army, Minister of Finance should come from economy, just before this government came, before 1993. So I was already telling them how this government must be formulated, and they thought, hey, this schizophrenic man, really, he needs to be a specimen. All right? So they brought a panel of psychiatrists that interviewed me. Norman? Whole panel of psychiatrists, I don't know what's in the report. Then I was discharged. Then I came out whilst I was discharged. I was with Sean and Shyam one day, and I got nice on the liquid drug. Then I wanted to admit myself there. How? Look at the insanity. I prayed to come out. Now I wanted to, so I made them take me there. Then when I landed inside, I realized what a stupid mistake I made. A friend of mine, I was having the liquid drug with him. He drove me and we all went in. Then I started fighting with the psychiatrist. Sean, you was with me? There's Sean there.
Liquid spirit.
Yeah, I had a liquid drug. Then I started fighting with the psychiatrist. I think he got frightened. He called for the security. Just before the security could come in, I hit the great escape. I don't know how I landed outside, but the car was parked. Inside, they had to open the boot and see I'm not in there. Because that psychiatrist was so upset, he wanted to detain me. I think from there to Fort Napier. And he had the authority. And my symptom and behavior permitted him to do that. See, Tisha, if Guru was in Fort Napier, what should have happened? Huh? You all understand? So, coming back, this is why I say I'm part and parcel of the Narcotics Anonymous, of Alcoholics Anonymous, but not as a fully fledged member on that side. Because I can go to every meeting and talk normally. In fact, I am a drug addict because I had that mandrax. I got my qualifications. Okay? And then we can talk. You understand? So inside an addict's mind, the Kurukshetra takes place in its full force. In its full force. Norman, many years ago I bought seats. I had a taxi and some drug addicts, they had a caravel and I had an old van. So they were selling me the seats. Those seats cost about 5,000, they sold it to me for about 800. So I sold it to them. I was making my house, renovating my taxi. So they took that 800 whilst they were still transferring seats from their van to my van, and they took some drugs. Then the old that sold me the seat, I see he's acting weirdly. Hey, he ran behind the van, he stood like this. Then he ran on that side. He stood to see who is following him. Nobody, nothing happened, he just took his drug. But inside his Kurukshetra, he felt that people were after him. Yes, Norman, all these things happen, even when there's no one after you.
You see people standing and stopping at this time.
Okay, all the Dhritarashtra, you all saw them? And that one daughter, Rani, you saw her? Okay, can you see verse 1, chapter 1? My teachings won't be about the physical war, although that's where God came and enacted. In law, you call that, Jessica, a decided case. In law, you quote a case that has already happened to win this case. So I'm quoting the case that the Kurukshetra war really happened, but for us in Kali Yuga, now 5,000 years later, we need to be, I'm discussing the Kurukshetra inside your head. Isha, is there a Kurukshetra in your head? In everyone's head there's a Kurukshetra. But best displayed by an alcoholic or a drug addict. Best displayed by an alcoholic or a drug addict. It goes to the extreme. The whole 101. But Shyam sent me a clip and I believe it to be true. It was my belief all the time. Every birthday that I spent at the NA, I told them. They say a drug addict is chosen by God. And I believe it. I believe it because you need to go to the extreme of your mind, Trisha. You can try it, don't go solid drug, go liquid drug. Buy a quart of beer, stout. check what happens inside your head. Now you got about 6-7 people there. Alright? 8 maybe. I don't know. Krishna should not agree. But hit that stout and see how many hundreds of them start running in your head. You understand? So I remember when I used to drink, if somebody made me angry, Jay, then I'll buy that bottle on that person's head, just in case Jay stole me something. Then today I'll inform the whole family, Sean, Sherwin, Mataji, I'm drinking for Jay. Look at how many excuses we use. Who I was drinking for, Norman? Right? We use all these excuses, but because I said I'm drinking for Jay, hey, the Kurukshetra started. Then I think, hey, how Jay did this, how he did that, I'll show Jay. You got that? Some of you all don't have to get drunk to do that. Yes? True, Rani? Okay. Alright? But alcohol and drugs has become a problem in the world, not only here in Durban. This same microcosm is in all parts of the world. Norman, you'll agree with that? Every part of the world, and we need some intervention, and the only intervention is the Creator, no one else. No medicine, no meditation on its own, nothing, no religion. It has been proven that no religion can cure alcohol and drugs. No religion. But when you go to the NA, you find a Muslim, you find a Christian. I haven't seen a Jew yet, Norman. There are Jews. You find a Jew, you find a Khalid, you find an African, you find a Tamil, you find every religion, every culture in the NA, they hug each other with spiritual love. With spiritual love. And that brings us to my main mission, oneness. There is no greater, there is no bigger space anywhere in the world for oneness than the NA and the AA. Can you believe what God used you for, Norman? I'm saying this, I want you to be aware that you have everyone who's a drug addict or an alcoholic. You have a spiritual duty in this world. You have which quantified the ordinary 8.6 million people can never reach through religion. Because you can go to mosque and have jealousy. You can go to temple and have jealousy. You can go to the synagogue and have jealousy. You can come here in the ashram and have jealousy. Have we any jealousy there? We quickly said no, that means yes. Alright? But you can't go to the NA or the AA and have jealousy. Because as soon as you have jealousy there, we'll find you either in the bottle store or the gully. Or both. Some of you all are. Do you understand? Jealousy takes you to relapse. Anger, relapse. Hatred, relapse. So those that are recovered, they are the cleanest humans on earth. Yes or no? Is it scientific or not scientific? Because they can't stay one day with any contamination. Now show me which religious place in the world that is the criteria. Because I told Vasan he must come with his old car. Next week he can get angry and leave. Yes? So there's no hold on Vasan to be divine. But an addict, there's a hold on the addict to be divine. Otherwise he'll become immediately non-divine. Am I confusing you or are you understanding? Jay, you understanding? Just for his survival, just for him to live and breathe, he has to be 100% clean. Just for him to have a wife or her to have a husband, have to be 100% clean. Just to go to work every day, have to be 100% clean. Look at the parameters that God enforced on an addict. For a normal person, you can eat what you want, drink what you want, go where you want. But an addict have to be clean just to live, minute by minute by minute. And that cleanliness is called spirituality. That cleanliness is called spirituality. And this book, the intention of the Bhagavad Gita is to keep you clean so that you can reach the goals and destination of God. Norman, you think we did a good job bringing the Bhagavad Gita and N.A. Yosh? Bringing it in? Alright? We're not condemning any religion because the Bhagavad Gita is in all religion. We're going to, as we research, I'm going to show you this verse in the Bible. I'm going to show you this verse in the Quran. I'm going to show you this verse in the Torah. I'm going to show you this verse in all religious scripts. So, when it comes to that part, then everyone is on the same page. Do you understand? Are you confused? This is a discussion where we need to really discuss, because this is your manual, Shivani. Anything that's troubling you, it starts chapter 1, verse 1. The war starts because of this. The verse 1 starts because of this war in our head. That's why verse 1 starts. And it starts by a demon. It starts by a demon king who made this war happen. Lord Shri Krishna went to him to stop this war. He didn't want to stop it. In fact, he wanted to imprison the Supreme Lord. Can you believe it? Duryodhana, the son, when the Lord went there to mediate, he instructed the guards to imprison Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna had to escape. You think the Lord really needs to escape? No. So all of this is a cosmic excuse to bring the Bhagavad Gita in as a manual so that you can get clean. Does it make sense? Are you all satisfied? Jessica, are you satisfied? Okay. Must tell your granddaughter, I saw that video, she came from Joburg, she said, Guru, I'm in Durban. Alright? We need this manual to be realized in you. You can't leave the ashram and continue in your old behavior. And we always talk about the elephant. Tanya, not the elephant next to you, or not the elephant in the room. We talk about that elephant that goes and have a bath in the river and has a beautiful bath, washes every centimeter of itself, absolutely beautiful. Then even before it leaves the river, it goes onto the bank of the river and makes itself as filthy as before it went into the river and had a bath. And that is what 99% of the people that come to my ashram do. Before they hit the driveway, so what a nice driveway now, I'm planting Shrimad gold, I'm watching it twice a day, how hard I'm working on my driveway. Even before they leave the driveway, back in dirt mode. Back in dirt mode. So like those members in Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, take these instructions from the Guru and just become aware of it. That's all you have to do. When you become aware of it, your mind resets. Your mind resets. Just by becoming aware that you have these problems. As soon as you become aware you have these problems, your mind resets and sends a chemical through your brain.
From awareness you get consciousness.
From awareness, you become consciousness. Consciousness is your mind, part of your mind, your ego and your intelligence all together is consciousness. But I want you to understand mechanically. Your body is a mechanical body. That is why I'm saying religion can't fix this part. Because religion came after your body was manufactured already. Do you understand? It's there. Is it not there historically? You can go and see which day all your religion came. But your body was manufactured by the Creator, and He created it that when you are not aware of your consciousness, then you're going to live like this. It's computed inside your body, and once you become aware, and I'm saying this, last week we did a test, that as soon as you become aware mentally, then your brain starts secreting serotonin. And serotonin is a chemical that runs throughout your body and gives you a blissful state, a materially, not spiritual bliss, a materially blissful state. And if you make it a habit, because the brain rewires itself. The brain, this is all in science, it's called neuroplasticity. So I'm teaching you science now of your body, your metaphysical body. So if you follow my teachings, if you follow this, your Creator's teachings, the brain is there. You know, we make a joke, but it's not a joke. There are people 50, 40, 60 whose brain is still in the ceiling, wrapped from birth. Yes or no? Tisha, you never heard of joke. You got a brand new brain. If we sell my brain and your brain in the market, whose brain will be what? Never heard of joke, Tisha. Okay, are you understanding? So the Guru is unwrapping your brain so that the right chemicals. What? Just research there, the opposite chemical to serotonin, right? That when you are on the other side, when you are on the other side of bliss, then I didn't want to come too well researched biologically on this side. Sorry? No, there's an opposite to serotonin. Oxytocin. Find out what oxytocin does to your brain. So the opposite chemical depresses you. A chemical is still released in your brain. If you don't have the righteous, if your brain is not wired righteously, then it is wired unrighteous. All those people who suffer with fear, unknown fear, suffer from depression and scared of everything, afraid of everything, afraid of making decisions, afraid of telling somebody what you need to tell them, then you have a negative secretion of enzyme from your brain through your body, and it comes in your sacral system. Where's your sacral system? It's your first chakra right in the bottom of your stomach. Yes? Cortisol? Yes. Cortisol is the negative enzyme that is secreted from your brain. Has this got anything to do with religion? Do you understand? You are a mechanical body Your body is wired in such a way that if the Kurukshetra is in your mind, the enzymes, the chemicals that's released from your brain is dependent on the Kurukshetra in your mind. Are you understanding? So when you always want to analyze, if I said, how you Jay, then now you forget the thread of the discourse, you're thinking, hey, how the Guru in front of the whole world asks me, how you Jay? What must be happening? Then you look at Khatija, hey, Khatija, something going to happen there. No, we came together, everything was alright, no problem. Then you say, hey, my children, my job, my money. You understand? When you overanalyze, then what chemical will be released from your brain? Okay? Cortisol.
It's a fight or flight.
Fight or flight mode, yes. Alright? So you're going to fight or you're going to have fear. Alright? What it does to your entire being. What it does to your entire being. What it does to your mood. How do you feel in that mode? Fight or flight mode. What do you feel in that mode? Insecure, fear. Yeah. Alright? Now what has that got to do with God? This is why I say this is got nothing to do with religion. It is how you are constituted, and this manual is there to teach you whether you want to live on flight or fight or you want to live in bliss. Do you understand? Can you see God involved in all of this? Are you understanding? So when you come into virtues. You come in again to virtues. Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. Which part of you wills? The mind. You will through your mind. You have to strengthen your mind to will. What does open-mindedness mean? You have to kill the 101 children of Dhritarashtra in your head. Then your mind becomes open. Yes? When you kill all the bad thoughts in your mind, what if this happens? What if that doesn't happen? Who's plotting me? You understand? All these 101 thoughts are oscillating in your mind all the time. Can you be open-mindedness? Can you have open mind if you're still entertaining these thoughts? How do you get to the state of open-mindedness? Keshav, you surrender to God. You see, when God entered Kurukshetra, is he taking anyone's side? But who is he supporting? He's not physically getting involved, but who is he supporting? He came with his warriors. He came with his warriors, and he asked the two people. He asked the two people that were fighting, Duryodhana and Arjuna, who wants my army? Duryodhana said he wants the army, and he asked the Arjuna, who represents righteousness, your five senses. Arjuna, who represents righteousness, Arjuna said, I'll have you. Who won this war? Arjuna. Why he won the war? God was on his side. So you take these 101 sons and daughter of Dhritarashtra in your head, and you hand it over to the Lord. In the morning when you surrender to the Lord, how active, this is why I'm saying you have to be aware. You have to be aware of every thought. If Tanya is thinking, will Ryan kick it? If Tanya is thinking, will Ryan kick it sometime, what chemical comes into her brain or is expelled through her brain? Cortisol. What will happen to her that day? That whole day, will she be depressed or will she be happy? She'll be depressed, she'll be in anxiety, she'll be suffering, isn't it? But if she says, I truly believe in my Guru, Acharya, Shyam, Ramanuj, and I leave that thought at the feet of my Guru, then it means she became aware of the thought. When she became aware, you need to become aware of every thought that enters your head. When you become aware of every thought, you take that thought and you surrender it to the Supreme Lord. Aware of every thought that is going to expel cortisol into your bloodstream. What you must do? Become aware of the thought and let it go. Surrender to God. As soon as you surrender to God, what happens to the thought? Battle of Kurukshetra, you already won. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Does it make sense? You must know your friends and you must know your enemies. Your friends are the virtues and your enemies are those thoughts that's coming here to destabilize you. Nothing can happen to you physically. You are made out of your thoughts. Your character is your thoughts. Your personality is your thought. Whatever you think, you become. If you think, I am dumb, you'll bray like a donkey. And if you think you are sharp, you'll preach like a guru. Whatever you think you shall become. That is the battlefield of Kurukshetra. That is chapter 1, verse 1. We need to know why we land on the battlefield. We just can't come on the battlefield. I see Abir there pointing a gun at me. I don't know what I did. He doesn't know what I did. I don't know what he did. Can we fight? Can the fight be successful? But if he's there to shoot me because I told his wife to leave him, now there's a reason?
Yes.
There's a reason? Now can we fight? Then because I'm a guru, you think I would have had a reason to tell his wife to leave him? You can see the dynamics. We must know why we are fighting. Therefore, for the explanation of the Bhagavad Gita, if you don't know why these two armies gathered together and what is the fight about, both physically and mentally, can you ever get anything in the Bhagavad Gita? Will you ever understand the Bhagavad Gita? You won't understand. That is why people take discipline. Yes, people take discipline to read the Bhagavad Gita because their head pains. The Kurukshetra inside here now. So you have to become aware of the Kurukshetra. You have to become aware of the Kurukshetra and you have to apply divine principles in your life. Have to apply divine principles in your life. And Trisha and Vasan, one of the divine principles in your life is punctuality. Punctual? Okay, you say punctuality. Otherwise, I'll keep your name punctuality. Alright? When I refer to punctual, you'll know who you are. And when I refer to ality. Alright? And both of them stay very close to the ashram. I got people traveling 30 kilometers. There is no one closer than Trisha. God, imagine how her merits are. Trisha's merits, that God made an ashram be built under 1 kilometer from her house, which she never came on time. Imagine if it was 2 kilometers. She should have just arrived now and got the tail end of the Kurukshetra. Alright? All of you understand? So I want you again to understand Guru learned law comprehensively, and Guru went to the military for 10 years. And in the military, there's no coming late and no going early. Military discipline, if you cannot, Guru have to, what was my need? I'm sitting in Dhoti now, what was my need to go 10 years in the military? What was Norman need to go in the Navy? Because he's not an admiral. I'm not the commissioner of police. If I was there, I was supposed to be commissioner of police. Me and Konazi. No crime in South Africa. My time, shoot first. My time. Shoot first. We'll talk when you get. Alright? You'll know what Putin said about terrorists. God will, He'll send them to God, God can deal with them there at God, alright? So that is what we were doing. So I just want to round up now. I know you all are nice and hungry, but just remember my Guruji's discourses were 3 hours. It was in the open air. There was 1 million flies. You see people going like this on the video, they're not mad. They were swatting 1 million flies for a 3-hour discourse. I got beautiful fans for you, I got the aircon in the back, I got doors open, and I got covered seats for you. You take out the covers to be washed, so you're not even sitting on a dirty seat, alright? How great your spiritual merits might be. There's people sitting on luxury settees in the back there. Marlene, Sean's wife, Sean's children, alright? How great your merits are. No ashram in India you sit on seats like this, you sit on the floor. And even if you cramp, you don't move your cramped legs. Norman, Guru gave them too much. So I'm only asking, come on time, leave on time, listen to the Guru, make yourself aware of your own thoughts. And as Norman has stated, as soon as you become aware of your thoughts, you become conscious. As soon as you become conscious, your lens change in the front. When your lens change in the front, you say, hey, Abir is a real old man. Abir never changed. He's the same old. Your lens changed. When you became conscious, your lens changed. When your lens changed, then you see the entire world change. No, this world is too big to change for Norman. Norman changed. Who changed? Do you understand? So nothing will change outside, Khatija, if you don't change inside. Nothing will change on the outside if you don't change on the inside. There's millions of lenses we got, and every change you see through a different lens. Every change you see through a different lens. When you can tolerate Abir, Norman, I tolerated Abir when he came with a drumstick, chicken drumstick in his stomach on a Sunday satsang. I tolerated it. I tolerated him. Because I tolerated him, today there'll never be a chicken in his stomach. There? So I had to change. I had to put the lens of tolerance. And with my lens of tolerance, there's a lens of disgrace. I go on social media and I disgrace him every time. Even he left, I don't know how many months ago he left, he still gets disgraced in the satsang. There's people outside there that want to see who's this person that came with a chicken drumstick in his stomach. Do you understand? So when you start tolerating, Tisha, you can tolerate your sister. When you start tolerating your sister, don't worry about her, how she behaves, what she does. It's not your story. Your story is tolerance. When you tolerate your sister, you see her through a different lens. When you see her through a different lens, you'll feel your sister change. It was not your sister who changed. Who changed? You. Because now you are tolerating. I'm just giving you an example. Everyone now you need to do this. When you go home, become aware of yourself. Become aware of your relationships. Become aware of your thoughts. Your biggest enemy is your thoughts. 90% of things don't happen to you, Tisha. Only 10% happen. That 90% you create in your head. So now, dispel that which is in your head. That 10% you have to think how to come out of there. Don't say don't think how to come out of there and just walk through my wall and go home. No, you have to think which is the best route home. So these things you think. Other things, these abstract things. Hey, why the Guru only spoke about me in this discourse? What's wrong with me? Am I a real Kurukshetra? No, throw that away. Throw all that away and only become aware of practical thoughts. My son is still in Sastri College. My son goes to the same school that Guruji went to. I have to buy my son new clothes. New year. Don't kill the thought. Tell your son, hey, Guru said mustn't think, and he must go in his old clothes, Tisha. He must go in new clothes. You understand? Practical things you must carry on thinking. But the result of what you're thinking, don't own it. Don't own the result of your other thoughts. Sarita and Sanita, there's only one satsang here. I can see how deeply two of y'all are in Dhritarashtra's camp. Alright? Hand over those thoughts, the result of all your actions. Don't say I must do A, B, C, D today and I must get E, F. Leave it to God. Leave it to you. Just do. Go to work. Jessica, go to work, go on your laptop, scold the people if you have to. But leave the result of your day's work not to the Minister of Justice, leave it to God. Leave everything. You go like Sherwin and Sean, they're doing the same business. Their job is only to go to work and do the best in that business. Don't count how much you're going to make. Leave that to God. Let God, if you leave all your results to God, will you ever get a secretion of cortisol in your system? You'll never get a secretion of cortisol in your system. Medical science today and big pharma are making money of your cortisol. And there's nothing that can replace or overturn the cortisol other than divine principles. You have a chemical factory in you Why are you going to the pharmacy with a script? Why are you going to a pharmacy with a script to neutralize the cortisol? Because they have made their drugs in such a way that there's a side effect and you continue taking that drug until you die. They got a customer. They are greater than the Nigerians. Yeah. Big pharma is real drug merchants. Because when God created this universe, He never created for the calibration of your body any drugs. He created fruits and vegetables. Fruit, vegetables, potatoes, onions, all those things there is to work out every illness that you have. Look outside. That's your big pharma. That's your big pharma. So we need also in these discourses to teach you that pharmacy is open there, not to treat you. That pharmacy is open there to kill you. Enslave you. Nobody in pharmaceutical drugs ever induce serotonin. Serotonin is induced by right thought, right action, and divine action. God gave you your own pharmacy, but what you doing, Trisha? Going to a doctor, paying a doctor 500 rand, then that doctor gives you a script, then you take that script and go to the pharmacy, then he want to put you in the computer and bluff you, schedule drugs, this, drugs. Bring them here, all the pharmaceutical, all these pharmacy owners, line them up here. I'll give them can parties. They'll run past the pharmacies. They won't be around because it's all a lie. It is all a lie. Go and ask any pharmacy if we can guarantee your wellness. Do a research. Go and ask any psychiatrist if the medication he is prescribing to you is absolute. Go and ask any psychologist, any psychiatrist, and come back to me. I'm giving you a guarantee here in this ashram that I will get serotonin released from your own brain, your own chemical. I give you a guarantee that if you follow the divine principles through me, you will never need a medication in your life. I'm giving you a guarantee. I'm doing it. This is a live discourse that's around the world. And I'm asking for the pharmaceuticals to come with the greatest research to me to prove me wrong. They must come. If you come to me, Trisha, and you say, Guru, this is what's wrong with me, and if I give you the divine principles and I say surrender and follow, then I'm giving you a guarantee you'll never need medication in your life. I'm giving that guarantee. Can a pharmacist give that guarantee? All of you understand?
Yes.
Every one of you, are you understanding?
Yes.
And is this not the manual for you? Tisha? Is this not the manual for you? How much money you earned in your life? How much is this book? Why isn't this book? Why isn't this book on your phone? This is your body's GPS. This is your body's GPS. It's not a religious text. It can't be religion and also be material at the same time. Do you understand? So your body was constructed, then this book was revealed to maintain your body. Give gratitude. There won't be a Kurukshetra war in your head. Give gratitude. In the morning, thank you Acharya ji, those of you are my disciples. Or thank you God. soon as you say thank you in gratitude, electromagnetic energy is released from your heart. Electromagnetic energy is released from your heart. Whole day, the earth releases electromagnetic energy, entire day. This electromagnetic energy from your heart interfaces with the electromagnetic energy of the earth. And what is electromagnetic energy? Positive or negative? What it creates? Light. No electromagnetic energy, you live in darkness. Some of you might like it to carry on with your dark ways. Right? So electromagnetic energy is positive, it's your aura. It switches your aura. Every one of you got an energy around. As you give gratitude, thank you God, thank you God. What it does to desire. What does gratitude do to desire, Raman? You close the door of desire through gratitude. Because if you are happy with what God gives you every day, is there anything to desire? Are you understanding? So you have no attachment to anything. And when you don't have any attachment to anything, what happens to the frequency that your body is emitting? This book is to tell you on what frequency you must vibrate and get the best out of the universe. This universe was created here for you. This universe was created for you, the human. But you don't know how to tune yourself to the universe. There's this book. It raises, soon as you give gratitude, what happens to your frequency? Can anyone see the blade of the fan? Is the fan spinning in a frequency? That's how your frequency must be. That you cannot see it. It must become so light like a fan that you can't see the blade. When you attach yourself to a car, what is car made of? Matter. What is the frequency? What frequency you think the car is vibrating at? Very minimal. When you attach your frequency to minimal, what you'll get? When you attach your frequency to maximum, what you'll get? Maximum. So don't attach yourself to matter. Your wife is matter, husband is matter, children is matter, car is, money is. That is why your frequency is right down. Satish, don't look at me. That is your fault. Alright? It's like a radio. Radio signal, frequency. So when you attach to matter, your frequency will be returning matter to you. And it will take 10 years for matter to come to you. That's how the law. So you need to turn that matter into energy. And to turn the same matter into energy, you need to surrender. If you surrender, there will never be a Kurukshetra in you. And your job to come to the Guru is to stop your Kurukshetra. Okay, we need to round it up now. Are there any questions? Isha, from you and your sister, ask her, then you can tell me. Oh, not your sister. Okay. Okay, all right.
Came down last week.
From?
New Zealand.
Oh, welcome to South Africa. If I only knew you were from New Zealand, I wouldn't have spoken about my man-back stories. Because the first thing she'll remember when she goes back to New Zealand, Tisha, is that Guru there? Tisha, you agree? No, I don't think so. But I'm sure you picked up a lot of things from the Guru's discourse today. Alright? So as I said, there is no bias. I'm not promoting Hinduism. I'm not a Hindu. I'm a spiritual guru. Spirituality got no attachment to any religion. Alright? But I'm dressed as per my culture. This is my culture and I'm teaching through my culture. All of you understand? Because if I'm teaching you to Hinduism, then I'm not teaching you the truth because religion is biased. I'm not teaching you through any bias. I'm teaching through the absolute truth. Josh, any questions? You agree, Norman and Josh, that our direction when I brought in the NA, this is why I wanted somebody from the NA here, especially with your experience, to ensure that I don't go out of the parameters of the NA whilst I'm bringing the NA principles and I'm interfacing the Bhagavad Gita with the NA principles. So we can end this meeting stating that I have not transgressed any of the NA laws that's there. And I don't want to be kicked out. My next birthday is going to be in Pine Town. And the Pine Town Martin, he videoed our wedding. My wedding and Mata's wedding. His mother just bought a brand new, they came from Australia, 1980. I don't want to ask her to be a big fight. But in the early 80s, first half of the 80s, the mom came from Australia. They had family living there and they brought the latest camera and he filmed the wedding. So he got an attachment to my two sons, Sean and Shyam. He always inquired about them because he was there present when we got married. Alright? So this is, I also got an affinity for him. We were reservoir boys, V6s and V8. We were moving up and down. I'll end off. I want to bring myself in, Norman, so it covers you. So that group of boys, we should be down there in a dead end and a drive. Alright? And just past there was a gully going into the river called the Amgeni River. So one of those guys, Singh, what was his name, sorry? He was a DJ? Roger Singh. He had a colored mom and a Singh dad. So he was a DJ in all the white clubs. They liked that transformation. He had big hair and him and I were best friends. And he said, hey, let's go have a hubbly bubbly. And I was young in my 20s, Ryan. Hubbly bubbly is alright. Even that man that I was still young, alright? Ryan, look in now. Hey, his father on this side, his guru on this side. What the hell? Alright? So I didn't know what was a hubbly bubbly. They said you buy a cork, then you pull a green, then before you blow out the green, you must hit the beer. Alright? So there were about 13 of us, all of us had V6s or V8s. We went down to Amgeni River, we pulled green, with the seeds, pat, 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 pat. We didn't know how to, we just trying things, And we hit a hubbly bubbly, and hey, my car was moving. And I'm a very good driver. You can ask my children, for the past 40 years, whoever sits with me, my driving is immaculate. No hitting pavement, stopping, looking 3 times, people went past. That hubbly bubbly, I drove like a snail. All of us, imagine 8 V6s driving slower than the hearse from the river in Reservoir Hills, alright? I'm just trying to get accreditation to be a drug addict so I can talk on behalf of the NA and I don't get into trouble, I don't know, Rani. I'll come to your meeting first, you tell me. Then I'll go to normal meeting for the 12 steps 40 years later. Alright? So enjoy your meals. Remember, this awareness of the Bhagavad Gita that we started, I have seen it all over social media around the world. They even using our format, they using our summaries, and this morning I saw them, they used Dryan song, which is beautiful, because this is what we want to do, inspire the Bhagavad Gita in every continent. Yes? Yes, so it started, we are well on our pace, we're doing everything right. When the awareness stops, must know Guru did something wrong. But if the awareness doesn't stop, you must know the Creator God is happy. And when the Creator God is happy, what's happening to the serotonin in my brain? I don't have a special brain here, Norman. Gurus don't have a special brain. They use the human body. They use the same human body and they experience everything that the human experiences. If I have a toothache, I hate dentists, so I take clove. Alright? But when Divashka got a toothache, he said, Guruji, take away my toothache. Then the toothache comes to the Guru, because I neutralize all my disciples' pains and suffering. Any disciple is in suffering anywhere, before I go to sleep, I attract through my frequency all the pains of all my disciples. Alright? So it's better to be drug-free, Sean in the back, and alcohol-free, Sean, so you don't have to go doctor. Sean don't like to pay money for anything. So if you want a free doctor, you got the Guru there. I told you I'll whack you. Because on his birthday, not on his birthday, at our bride, on Friday, he was making Shami sing. He had I don't know how many dozen of beers. Shami sing. Right, Sean? Now you're in my domain. This is my addiction. And my addiction is whoever whacks me, I must whack you 10 times more. There are only 6 or 8 people heard that. Yeah, the whole world is hearing. Abid, catch a photograph of him and right there, Guru was talking about this Sean. Jai Shrimad Narayana.